Good morning, good morning. It's good to see you. Didn't get to see you yesterday, or you didn't get to see me yesterday, but in turn, I want to thank everybody that did the campaign, almost 2,000 of you, believe it or not, for Jim Wilkes in his surgery in our hashtag benign for his gallbladder surgery, and we're praying for success and continue in the next 3 or 4 days that they'll get back that #benign report. So thank you for listening. Today, I want to take you to a new place. I want to take you to a brand new place. It's a brand new place, and the place is to transform your mind. So let's talk about that for a minute. What does it take to transform your mind? You know, sometimes it's hard enough to change your mind. You ever get angry, and even after you kind of know it's done, you're still hanging in there with a little bit of residue or residual from the anger? Have you gone through the process of being so certain of something, and when you find out that it wasn't that, you still don't want to let go of it? Well, those are all the mind blocks and the bondages that our thoughts take us captive. And you know, the scriptures in Corinthians talk about, 2 Corinthians chapter 10 talk about the relationship of how important it is to take captive thoughts. To take captive thoughts. And I'm going to do something real quick for just a second so you can hear me better. How's that? Is that better? I hope so, because I didn't have the microphone on. Anyways, the take captive your thoughts is so important. Because here's what happens. You and I have a way of thinking, and that thinking is processing day after day. But here goes a real insight for the ability to challenge you. Challenge your thinking, challenge your daily steps. Good morning, Brent. Good morning, Vinny. How are you, Vinny? I wanted to share with you the aspect of changing your mind, to really transform your mind. So Romans 12 says, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Now, how do you renew your mind? Well, the relationship is to change your thinking. Many times, we begin to start to get limited thoughts going through our minds. I can't. I won't. I don't want to. I never have been able to. Have you ever heard those limiting beliefs? You're not strong enough. You're not beautiful enough. You're not intelligent enough. You're not strong enough. You're not something. Limited beliefs, limited thoughts. And it's so important to be able to transform, not just alter, not just self-help, but alter, like the caterpillar to the butterfly. That's the word transformation. In the Greek, it's called metamorphosis. And to transform, to really transform from one thing, completely disengaging and disconnecting from those thoughts and beginning to really think and be in the process of a new mind is so exciting, so expressionable to you to look in the mirror and say to yourself, I can, and to begin to create new language and new thoughts. Here's another scripture out of Isaiah. My thoughts are not your thoughts, and my ways are not your ways, says the Lord. Isaiah 55. And it relates to the fact that you can't take the same mind that is thinking, I can't, the same mind that is limited beliefs since you were a little kid, and the things that people have said to you, and the people have poured into you, and the circumstances that have kind of painted the picture for you, and authored your life, literally authored your life, written the words of your life. Those are a place that you don't want to even have to go in and try to change and erase and go through that whole process, because there's an easier way. There's a much easier way. I'm not saying it's simple enough to be able to just snap your fingers and it happens. No. And I'm not saying that it happens instantaneously, but I'm telling you that it happens. Transforming your mind gives you a renewed mind that is absolutely changed from the limiting beliefs to the powerful can-do. The powerful strength that God in you can really do anything. I love Mark 10:27. It says, what's impossible for you, that's the old mind, is possible for you with God's thoughts, with God's strength, with God's power in you, working through you. Are you following me? So let's make you right now. Here's your challenge for the day. Morning, Michael. Good to see you here. Thank you for all the thumbs and the claps up. Thank you. But the key is that the relationship of what I'm talking about is so important that you take captive this, and here's your challenge. The old thinking, the old you has to stop. Stop. And you need to begin to identify when you are either in the caterpillar stage or you're beginning to transform into the butterfly stage. That metamorphosis doesn't happen overnight, but as long as you identify the caterpillar thoughts, if I may use that as a metaphor, and you notice that it's the crawling on the ground, fuzzy and ugly, and not what you want to be, and not why you want to go, because you want to soar on wings of eagles or butterflies, and you want to be able to get where you've been called by destiny and God himself called you to, then you need to transform by the renewing of your mind into the butterfly thinking. So the butterfly thinking is to be able to identify the caterpillar thinking and set it aside, take it captive, put it in prison, stop it. Then begin to imply out loud, imply loud in your head, imply within your heart the new language of the butterfly transformed mind. So here's your exercise. Find one limiting belief. Now listen to me, write this down. Good morning, Judith. Good morning, Joy. Take this one challenge. Write one limiting belief you have heard so long you can't stand it. It's become like your skin. It's become like you. It's make you into what you are, the caterpillar. And take that limiting belief and write it down. Write it down. Write it down. Look at it and call it a limiting belief. Title it limiting belief. And then dash, write down caterpillar thinking. Okay? I want to make this a picture. I want to animate it so it really entertains you to really put it in action for your life. Caterpillar thinking. Then I want you to go right below that, and I want you to write the exact opposite example. I never am on time. I'll never be on time. Everybody says I'm never on time. That could be your limiting belief. So there's the caterpillar thinking. Underneath it, the butterfly thinking, which is freedom thinking. I'm always on time. In fact, I'm ahead of time. In fact, I'm always there, no matter what the circumstance. I'm on time. Now, I'm just using a little example, and I hope you have an even bigger one. Put those two together. Put the caterpillar belief and the caterpillar thinking and the butterfly belief and the butterfly thinking together and look at them. And begin to recognize by saying this and silencing this, saying the butterfly thoughts and silencing the caterpillar thoughts. Are you following me on this metaphor? Let the butterfly speak to you. Let the Spirit of God speak to you that says you can, that there's nothing impossible for you. But unless you identify your caterpillar thinking, you'll never be able to transform and have your mind renewed as the caterpillar comes out of the cocoon and is a butterfly, unless you take this challenge and begin to put it in action, not just this morning, and not just once, and not just for a couple of days, but every day from this point forward, taking your steps in thinking in the butterfly thinking process. Now, I've backed this up with a series of scriptures that you've heard earlier in this presentation of inspiration, but the reality is that you have to now take it into your commitment. Commit to it. Recommit to it. If you fall, get up and recommit to it. And have it on a card, have it on a paper that is in front of you all the time. Because again in Proverbs 4 it says, put it before your eyes and don't let it slip away. In Joshua 1 it says, meditate on this day and night, day and night, day and night. Why? Because the butterfly thinking will take captive the caterpillar thinking and put it in prison. No longer released. No bond. No release. Locked up forever. Gone. Transformed. And you now are renewed. And you begin to see things happen in your life that you couldn't have worked out. Things that happen in your life that you couldn't have created. Things in your life greater than you're even expecting, as it says in Ephesians chapter 3. So, are you ready to transform? Are you ready to have a renewed mind? Are you ready? Then it's time for you. Now hear me. This one's not on anybody else. Doesn't matter what your circumstances are. Doesn't matter what the situation is. Doesn't matter what's gone wrong or gone right or the weather. It doesn't matter. It all depends on you depending and trusting in God within you. That this is his principle, not Jeffrey Paul's. Not some motivational speaker, not some inspirational program. It is truly what is in you. But if you don't activate it, you're going to be the caterpillar for the rest of your life. And that's a sobering thought. I don't want you to even think further than that. Good morning, Sandra. The reality is I want you to take captive those caterpillar thoughts and start to soar on the wings of the beautiful butterfly. Why? Well, it's to change your life and make your life better. But you know why I'm doing this and why I'm sharing this with you? So that you can go out and tell all the caterpillars out there, there's a butterfly way. There's a much more beautiful butterfly way. Good morning, Angela and Sandra. It's so important that you understand something. You're not a caterpillar, but you can live like one your whole life. You're a beautiful butterfly, created of beauty, adornment, Psalms 139, incredibly. Even before you were born, you were planned and prepared by God. So now, let's go live our butterfly life, because that's the true transformation of life. Have a beautiful day. I'm going to see you tomorrow with hopefully another butterfly thought process of inspiration. And I just want you to know, I thank you again for praying for Jim Wilkes. Continue. We're not done with the hash mark benign, because we're waiting for that report to come back, just as we have all, over 2,000 of you that have punched that benign button that was so powerful. I kept seeing it come around and my phone would bing, bing, bing every time that you'd send it. But do the same thing right now. Good morning, Brent, again. The reality of sharing this, there's so many caterpillars out there. Let's help the caterpillars. Share this right now. Just put the button right there. It's right in front of you. Share this to the world around you of people that are caterpillars that so much need to learn and discover the transformation of their life to be the beautiful butterfly God has created, ordained, and planned for them to live. Jeremiah 29, 11 through 14. And remember, all this beauty, all this inspiration starts within you, because that's where it all begins, with the power of God living in you. Have a beautiful day. I'll see you tomorrow.